Happy Valentine's Day, Minions, and happy Tuesday. Welcome into the Minions Lair. Glad to have you all here. Got a good live for you tonight. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a tiny bit shorter than normal, just a little bit, because Mrs. Edge and I, for the first time since she got diagnosed early last year, are actually going out to dinner afterwards. So I'm not going to run long tonight. We're going to get you out of here on time. But I have plenty of good news for you guys. Tiny bit of not so good news. But overall, this is going to be a fun live. All right, let me get going with some greetings here. We've got the Stephen Wallace in the house. We got Mattis Faction in the house. That's cool. Glad to have you here, Matt. Bam Ninja says happy Valentine's Day. And bananas. Bananas! All right. Marcos Gamma throwing out the Jason Brown hashtag be up. Says happy Taco Tuesday and bananas. Who else we got here? Bam, a ninja. Thank you, sir. Brother Gonzo, great to have you back. Moderator, friend, community member. Good to have you back. Good to have you back. All right. Who else is in here tonight? I got a cone full of top shelf waiting for the show to start. Yes. Frosty with icicles all over it. I hope anyway. Anywho, Dwayne Letterman throwing out some greetings for us. Gonzo throwing out some more greetings. Bama Ninja throwing out some more greetings. Cable Guy 1965. Hey, everyone. Hey, I'm pinky waving. There you go, brother. Glad to have you here. Some more greetings going on. And Wild Man's in the house. What's up, my man? Happy Valentine's Day. David Iverson is in the house. Let's see who else we got here. Mike Reese, Heidi Ho, driving and listening. That's okay, my friend. That's absolutely okay. While we're on the subject of that, what do we got in here? We got a couple of those people. While we're on the subject, though, of driving and listening, I want to say a big thanks to everyone who tunes into the show, either live here in the chat, watches replays, just listens and doesn't comment. It's all good. All right. The thing I would like is hit that like button if you're here. Okay. It helps the analytics. I appreciate you all being here. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. All right. If you don't know, bananas are kind of one of our unofficial channel emojis. So anytime you're happy or excited about something, bananas. Okay. That's what that's for. Let's see a few more greetings here, and then we'll get started and see where everybody's at. It looks like we got a fair amount of people in here. Smash the like button. I totally agree. Pretty fly for a knife, guys here, throwing out a ton of greetings as well. Lots of minions popping in here tonight. Byron Kennedy, longtime minion, is here as well. Super excited about that, Byron. Pretty fly for a knife guy. Marcos is in here. A few folks, so that's good, man. It's nice that we got some folks in here. Hold on one second. Let me just make a slight adjustment to the camera. There we go. Down a little bit, just so I can see the top up there. Stephen Wallace, hello, sir. All right, so going to do a couple things tonight. First of all, since a few of you folks have rolled in here, we're going to start pocket checks. So throw up your pocket checks whenever you're ready. Okay, we're going to do standard pocket checks tonight. Just tell me what you got in your pocket. Tell me what kind of EDC gear you're carrying. And we'll go from there. Secondly, I am going to do some shout outs here in a few minutes, but I'm also want to let you know that I'm going to do my number 2 knife roll. I'm going to do the second knife roll that I put together over the last year and a half or so as part of my ongoing dive into my collection, just to show you guys what I have. I filmed 2 new knife review videos, one of which will be out on Friday. if you pay attention to my shorts and you notice how my shorts come out, my YouTube shorts, you'll also notice that gives you a pretty good indication of what's coming out for knife reviews. Hint, hint. You can probably guess what that is. That's right, bananas. Boom, 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 boom. Pretty Fly says, happy Valentine's Day to you and your significant other, guys, whether it's your wife or your hand. I love it. I Reagan love it. Let's see. I do have fixies coming up. I have 2 fixies coming up. One which I posted a short on, I don't know, about three or 4 weeks ago. And another which I really want to get to badly. The issue I have is that I am also part of the Apex list, and I only get those knives for 10 days. So I have to get them, find time to review them, find time to take pictures of them, edit, put the videos together and get those uploaded to my channel, because they have to go out in 10 days in the mail to the next person on the Apex list. So a lot of times I have knives set up and ready to review, and then they get shuffled down the line because I only get a certain amount of time with the Apex pass-around knives. So that kind of messes things up. But the Apex knives make it so that I have a little bit more leeway as far as what I buy and what I show on the channel. So bear with me on that, but there will be more fixed blades coming. There's also some information about some other stuff. But I see some pocket checks going up there. Iggy is in the house. So glad to have you here, Iggy. You don't even know the half of it. All right. She had B up Jason Brown. Garen Gatorlope is in here. He also got some stuff, some presents at Christmas time. Hopefully you got those. Hopefully everybody, there's nothing that hasn't been mailed out, by the way. I mailed everything out, like I said, on the 9th or 10th of January. And then the coins went out a little late. So if you want a coin from me and it didn't go in with a knife, you won. But if you're one of my moderators, you should have gotten a coin from me. And also, if you want a coin through the Word of the Week program, or Word of the Week contest during the holidays, all that stuff's been sent out. I know Mimo just got his coin. He told me that he got it. So I'm very glad. There he is, as a matter of fact, eating Minions. I'm glad that stuff all arrived safely. I believe, though, where is the first? I think it's right here. Where's the first? Hold on. Native Wildman is the first one. Native's got a CRKT M16 in bronze, a QSP Hawk, a Rough Rider Texas Toothpick in green, and a Case Mini Fin. There we go. He's in first. Bearman Ninja, a Ruffian by CJRB. Cool knife. Cyril 20.5 shark foot and an Azula around the neck. Very nice, sir. What we got here? We got Byron Kennedy, and he is carrying an off-grid all-day necker, a Sencut Saxy, Kudos Grumpy Grunt, and a Rosecraft Apple Jack. Very cool. Again, greetings from Iggy. Glad to have you here. Glad you're feeling a little better, hopefully. Gonzo is carrying the Sativian ST-131, lightning out the front, an ARC pouch with extra mag and Olight something, and a Lancelot wallet. Speaking of wallets, I don't really have my whole carry on me because I'm going out to dinner, but I do have my Eionan's Edge Campfire Leatherworks wallet from Iggy. I got to order another one of these, but there it is. Boom. Still got some cash in there, a couple credit cards. This is my low profile wallet for going out. That's what I usually carry this one for. One of these days I got to get off my ass and order another one from her without a logo on it. Okay. Brand New Americans in here says, hey, I'll cook and dinner, catch up in a bit. That's cool. That's cool. I will say this, guys. You do want to stick around, if you can, till the end of the live. And that's only going to be like 5:15, 5:10. Okay? I'm going to wrap this live up a little after 5 o'clock, just so you guys know. So you do want to stick around till the end, if you can. Let's see who else is in here. Throwing up pocket checks. David Iverson, a Beyond EDC Night Horse. Ooh, you got a little different run pocket check tonight. Microtech UTX 85 Dagger, a Baby B, a Victoria Knox WWP Field Master, a Rule Number 9 coin, always carry a knife, and a Rule Number 9 Forest Hank. I love it. Mimo, my man. All right. Let's see. Garen Gatorlope's carrying a Pinion, a Mohawk, and a Penguin. Very nice, sir. I like it. Throw those pocket checks up when you get a chance. I'm going to spend a little bit more time looking for them and going through them. And then I'm going to move on to some other things. Big cat roar. The coin is absolutely amazing. I'm glad you like it, man. I think I told a bunch of people last week, I broke mine. There are no extras. It's a prototype. It was the first one she made. It's a little thinner than the rest of them. Dropped it on the ceramic floor here in the kitchen by accident. It must have landed just right. Split it in half, busted. So I don't even have one of those coins. If you guys got one, hold on to it. Carry it in a coin pouch. Yep. Dwayne says, got my coin. Cool. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Gonzo must have got his too. The coin is awesome. I need a slip made for it, though. Yep. And so that's going to be the thing, right? My moderators all got a coin. Everybody who helped moderate my channel this year, even my two sort of honorary moderators got a coin. And then there were a few given out at the holiday celebration, and that's all that were made. I gave a couple of the original prototypes to some of my good friends in the knife community who have done a lot for me. Cue Ball, Matisfaction, and Satu Dave also have an original first year coin. And next year, then there will be a different coin, and it'll be way more badass than this one. If you like this coin, wait till you see the one Mrs. Edge has in store for next year. Holy crap. It's going to be really cool. Anyway, what else we got going on here? Valentine's Day song, but Rosie, you're all right. You wear my ring. There you go. I love the Pinion and all the other stuff. Cool, man. I'm glad. You know, I'm already starting to put together stuff now for Christmas, for holiday celebration 2023. Just so you guys know, it took me the whole year last year, and there were a lot of generous donations and things like that. I'm hoping that happens again this year, but I worked all year on that pretty much from right around the time I started doing my lives, which I think was in March or April. And this year I've already started putting together stuff for the holiday celebration. I got my coin and making a slip for it. Thanks, Eionan. Yes, cool. I wish I had made a slip for mine before I busted it on the floor. All right. Cable Guy 1965 threw up his pocket check. Don't forget, I'll still do a few more of these, so throw them up so everybody can see what you got. Cable Guy 1965 has a Sen Cut Carroll Leatherman 300 super tool in a Kydex sheath and a Streamlight Stylus Pro. Very cool. Pretty fly for knife guys carrying a Kaiser Genie. Lots of greetings going out there. When you start making stuff, I want to order a knife slip and coin slip and wallet, please. There you go. Some more business. Let's see. Michael Morgan, Fox, Liber, McCarta, M390, plus a hand-forged bronze Eionan's Edge coin made by Mrs. Edge. Woohoo! All hail Mrs. Edge. Bananas! All right. That's going to probably be my thing when I monetize. It'll be bananas instead of a nutsack or a screaming goat. I'll just yell out bananas all the time and show bananas. Looks like it's me and you again tonight, Rosie. Jeez, you guys are too much. All right. Edgy American, Sean Abel in the house. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Stick around, Sean. You're going to be part of my live stream in a few minutes. ABW Model 1 version 6 and my Night Core Light. Very, very good. Iggy says, anything for you, Gonzo. Oh, that's so nice. That's why I love this community. Tactical Terry's in here tonight. Says, hello, everyone. What's up, Terry? Glad to have you in the live stream. All right. Dawn Ray is in the house as well. He says, hi, everyone. She says, sorry I'm late. It's okay. You're not really late. We're going to go till about 5:10, 5:15 at the latest. I'm taking Mrs. Edge out for dinner. She can finally go out and eat in a real restaurant. Doesn't have to worry about her immune system as much and stuff, all that kind of good things. So we're going to do that tonight. And that's why I'm going to make this a little shorter. Minions carry knives. Yes, we do. Bluminati Ninja's here. What's up, brother? I love you. Black Kaiser Mini Paragon. I still got to get one of those freaking things. Black Kaiser Baby, Real Steel Metamorph, Beyond EDC Nighthorse, Devo Growler, Devo Stout, McCarthy. You carrying all these knives? Holy crap. Jake Swanky Jank, a JN piece of touched wood, and Top Dog / Matty Hank. Yeah, Bama says I'm rubbing my coin now to patina. That's fine. They are actually made out of yellow bronze. That's what they're made out of. All those coins are made out of yellow bronze. AG says, I shipped my 1K prize packages out today. Cool. Bluminati. Who else is in here I haven't said hello to? If I haven't said hello to you, I apologize. I do want to get to some content. JS Bladecraft is here. What up, brother? Thank you for stopping into the live stream tonight. I really appreciate it. Bananas! Anyway, let's jump in with a couple of things. I'm going to do a couple of quick shout outs, and then I'm going to get started on some content since we're not going to go quite as long as we normally do because it's St. Patrick's Day. He says, hello, chat friends. Hello to you, sir. I appreciate you stopping in. So shout outs. I want to shout out all the guys here in Arizona that have been in the knife community that have been good friends to me. Maddie, who's here in the live stream. Maddie and I wish you'd made the last knife meetup that we had. I really missed you, brother. I hope the next one you're going to be able to make. It's been a while since we've seen each other, and I miss you. So shout out to you. Cue Ball, been a great friend, been very generous to me, has donated knives, has given me a couple of knives as gifts that were amazing. And I really, really appreciate that. Satu Dave, my friend right across town. I got to get over there one Sunday and see him. Unfortunately, life is still a little bit chaotic. I want to give a special shout out to two people who are back this week after both a longer and a shorter hiatus. My man Gonzo. Hopefully you and I are going to hook up and spend some time together at Blade Show this year in the summer. And of course, Iggy, one of my other moderators and longtime Minion. Good to have you back, Iggy. I hope you're feeling a little better, and I hope life continues to improve for both of you. And finally, I want to shout out Uncle Cow as I do every week. I know that he watches. There we go. He watches the live streams after the fact, but he always watches and he always comments, and I really appreciate it, Josh. Thank you very, very much. Okay, and obviously, if anybody out there who's listening, lurking, or replaying this live stream, whether you're with your loved one or not, whether you're spending this time alone, we're thinking about you. We love you. We hope you have a good day, and happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I really appreciate it. All right? All right, so anyway, we're going to jump right into some content. Knife roll number 2. Okay, knife roll number 2. You guys wanted to see what my knife collection looks like, so we're going to start with that. So we're going to start with some lesser knives real quick. We're going to start with a knife that's really popular in this community, right? And when I mean lesser knives, I mean knives that aren't quite as expensive. Kaiser Bag Leader. Okay, a lot of people love this knife. It's a really cool knife. Well, let's see if we can get that to focus. Focus. Here we go. Oh. So the Kaiser Bag Leader, I've got one of these. I really like it. I've carried it a fair amount. It's a knife that's in my collection. This is all going to be Kaisers, by the way, this whole side of this knife roll. One of my favorite Kaisers because it's an unusual knife and it was designed by Matt Christensen. The Critical Mini. Very, very cool knife. Super cool knife. Christensen Knife Works logo over here. Really cool steel. It's just a great looking design, and it's not your usual knife, right? So pretty cool knife there. What else have we got here? What other knives might I have in my secret knife roll pouch? Kaiser Original. Great button lock. This one is in gunmetal gray. If you're a Kaiser fan, you're going to like this. Moderator Extraordinaire Mimo. That's right. Go check out Michael Morgan's YouTube channel. He has the best knife short videos around. All right. And Neil, I see somebody saying something to Neil McKenzie. Hello, Neil. Right? Hello, Neil. Neil's a good friend of mine. I hope to be able to catch up with him too. Oh, yes. Good Lord. I almost forgot. That's the other person. Oh, my glasses on. Shout out to Darnell B. I hope he feels better soon. I hope to have him back in the live streams at some point. I don't know if he's here today. I didn't see his name, but please send your thoughts and prayers to Darnell too. He's been struggling with some health issues. All right. Next Kaiser knife is the Kaiser Swayback button lock designed by Schwags. Right? Cool knife and a great button lock. Boom. Falls closed. one of my all-time favorite gentleman's carry knives, small sized pocket knife that's great to carry with you by Kaiser when you go out for dinner and you can only carry a small knife because you're wearing a pair of nice pants and you're all dressed up. This is the Kaiser Lieb. See if we can get this sucker. There we go. There's the Lieb right there. Look at that bad boy, huh? This is a super cool knife. And this thing is freaking sharp, dude. It's really sharp. I have cut myself. I've sliced myself mildly with it a few times by like looking at it the wrong way. One of the all-time best knives that they've put out, the Kaiser Sheepdog, regular sized with the blade hole. Love this knife. Love it. Let's see what else we got in here. Boom. Kaiser Lieb. It's called the Kaiser Lieb, Don. This one here. This comes in 2 sizes now. So this is the little Lieb. This is a 3-finger knife. And it's N690 and it's super sharp. Lieb, Kaiser Lieb. It comes in N690 steel. And now they have a Lieb XL, which is really like a medium-sized knife. That is a button lock. So they make a button lock version of this with some beautiful micarta on it. But the Lieb is a great 5th pocket knife or a great little dress-up knife. It's got a decent-sized blade on it. It's 2.7 inches. And it actually cuts really nice, and it's really easy to handle. So one of my favorite little dress-up knives to wear. And it's a great little knife for a lot of things, but it's a great little dress-up knife. What else have we got here? We've got a CRK Piler large. And by the way, this version came with 10CR 18 MOV steel, and it's riding on ball bearings, not Teflon washers. I bought washers for it and found out that I didn't need them because when I took it apart, there were little Teflon things protecting the bearings, and there was no Teflon washers in it. It actually has real caged ball bearings in it and pretty darn good steel. This was a limited edition knife. You might still be able to find a few of these around. Droopy Tunes Originals, hello, sir. Good to have you here. Glad to see you. This knife case over here also has the baby beep, bloop. Right? The Rough Rider. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. Look out. I got my knife. Let's see. We have log perch. You guys are talking in the sidebar. All right. Let me speed this up a little bit. We got the precursor, in my opinion, the precursor to the Devo Stout. Right? The Kubi Duroc. Look at the blade and look at the cutout on this blade. This is why I'm so excited about the Devo Pony Stout coming out here in the spring, because the Pony Stout is basically the stout, but this size right here. And if you look at this blade design, you can see where Colin, it even says CM Designs on the back of the blade right here, right there. CM Designs, right? This is where one of Colin's early designs for Kubi, and obviously it looks a lot like a Devo Stout, like a Pony Stout especially. So that's a super cool knife. All right. And then I've got the Kubi Titius, which is basically the Kubi KU 322, which is a poor man's Arius, right? It's basically the same basic general shape as a Koenig Arius, but costs about $1,050 less. It's about $1,050 easier on your budget than a Koenig Arius is, right? So I've got that. Let's see what else we got in here. We've got the Kaiser Mini Sheepdog. Boom. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about this. I had a problem with a QSP knife one time. I just didn't like something about it. I got a hold of QSP, and I sent it back, and they sent me another knife. No questions asked. This knife I only used a handful of times, and one day it wouldn't open. And I found out that the detent ball fell out of it, right? So after having the knife for a good amount of time, because I put it away and forgot about it because it was broken, I contacted the person who does Kaiser here in the United States, and they told me, they sent me an email link. It said, contact Kaiser's customer service over in China. I did. I went round and round and round and round with them. Needless to say, they wanted me to pay for them to send me a detent ball. And I told them, nope. So what did they do? Like, I forgot all about it and said, fuck it, I got a broken knife, and that's all there is to it, right? I'll never be able to use this knife again. Months and months later, I got a package in the mail from China. They sent me like 24 detent balls because I said, what happens if I get it and it falls out? What if I was unable to fix my own knife? I would then have a broken knife. And the reason that they wouldn't give me another one is because they said I had it too long. They said I had it like 6-7 months. I still like Kaiser, but I wouldn't expect fantastic customer service from them. This is still a cool knife. By comparison, QSP blew them away. And so did Benchmade, even though they charge ridiculous prices for their knives nowadays. I digress. All right, what else have I got in here? I've got another Kaiser Sheepdog that is in a flipper, and this one is in 10V steel, coated 10V steel. This freaking thing holds an edge, let me tell you. Boom. What else have we got here? We've got not one, but two. We've got the CJRB Malia, which is a cool little knife if you have small hands and you're looking for a really cool Warncliffe style blade, sheep's foot style blade, I should say. Got a little finger choil on the front of it. Got some decent AR RPM 9 steel. Good little cutter. Very small knife. I mean, if you're holding it back here, you can barely get 3 fingers on this baby. But I've also got the more Malia, the big brother to the regular Malia. Shabim Shabam. And I love this one. This is a good size for me. It does have a front flipper. I suck at doing that. Yeah, there we go. But I like the thumb studs on it a lot. And I do like the fact that the front flipper gives it all this nice aggressive jimping up here in the front. Both of these knives are designed by Swags and made by CJRB. The Malia, my Leah, is actually who she created the knife for, a girl named Leah. And the more Malia. Two really cool knives. We're almost done with this bag. Then we're going to get on to some other fun stuff. By the way, I did mention that there would be a Cupid's gift in today's live stream. So, hint, hint. A knife that does not get enough props. It's way, way, way underrated. The QSP Leopard. I know Native Wildman has one of these as well. I showed this off to some folks at the last Arizona knife meetup. Everybody loved it. It's a medium-sized knife, but man, this thing is super fun, super easy to carry, has beautiful micarta, and falls shut. The micarta on this thing is really nice. Can we get that to zoom in? Come on, baby. There we go. Look at that micarta, huh? Just amazing. This is like a $45 knife, by the way. What else have we got here? We've got the classic QSP Penguin in D2 with the shredded carbon fiber handles. Everybody loves the Penguin. If you don't own a Penguin, you probably need to. And then one of my favorite knives in blue micarta, QSP Hawk. Some gorgeous blue micarta. The micarta on this one is not as nice as the one I gave away last year that I think went to metal blah. Anyway, I gave one of these away last year, and they're really nice. This is a really nice knife. As a matter of fact, we gave away a premium version of this at the holiday celebration. Brand New American, what's going on? Somebody else just joined the stream. And that, folks, is knife roll number 2 of, I don't know, 6. Okay? And then I have a whole drawer full of knives I have to go through. But that's just showing you some of the knives that I actually have in my collection. People wanted to know, what do you have? What kind of stuff do you typically collect? and I collect a lot of different stuff. CPM is here as well. Hello, sir. Thank you. JS Bladecraft. There's a bunch of folks that just jumped into the stream, so I really appreciate it. We got like 30 of you folks in here. Woohoo! Don't forget to hit the like button for me, please. Help my analytics out. Let's see. What else have I got going on here? I did the knife roll. I did the shout outs. It's time for some updates. There will be a story time, by the way, but there's something after story time that you're going to want to stick around for. So updates. So first, I'm going to give you the not so great update. So I'm going to give you an update about Mrs. Edge. A lot of you know I posted updates about her surgery and her recovery and her coming home on the community page of my YouTube channel. So if you were looking for updates on her and you missed the last live stream or something, I posted some updates over there. Here's the latest thing. Surgery went well, a few small complications. She's pretty much gotten over that, most of that stuff. She is recovering well. She's doing well. She can move around. She can make her own food for the most part. She still has trouble reaching up with her arms. There's a lot of tissue here that has to heal and things that are sore. But generally speaking, she's doing really good. Okay. We got the pathology back from the surgery and all the breast tissue and stuff that was okay. They took that stuff out and nothing was outside the margins of the tissue that was removed. However, she did not get a completely clean pathology. The lymph nodes under her arm that were removed, a bunch of them were cancerous, and they took out some extra tissue to try to make sure they got it all, but they didn't. They didn't get all the cancer. So that means probably some extra steps. We have since met with a radiologist. We're going to meet with our oncologist this week. Our surgeon has been back in touch with us, but we did not get the results that we were expecting. So things are going well, but that was not the news that we wanted. That was not the results that we were looking for. We're going to regroup and we're going to move forward with what we have. It's not all bad news, but it wasn't all good news either. So please continue your thoughts and prayers for Mrs. Edge, and hopefully we will get through these next handful of months, 3-4 months, whatever it ends up being, and we will end up on the other side of this with the results that we need. So that's all I can tell you for now about that. Other updates. There's a couple of knife reviews in the pipeline. There is a flashlight review upcoming. I have 2 fixed blades that I want to review, and I just started coming up with a firmer idea of what I want to do this month, before this month is over, to relaunch Fully Deployed. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Fully Deployed, go over to my channel, click on playlists. There's 6 episodes of Fully Deployed over there. It's going to come back. It's going to be very similar in format. I have some new ideas. I'm not going to try to do that every other week like I used to. I'm just going to do it when the mood strikes and I have a good idea and I think something's funny. So again, people here can tell you it's pretty enjoyable. Nobody else on YouTube does anything like it. It's basically knife puppet theater, and it's all about the knife community. So go check it out if you haven't seen it. There's 6 episodes over there. Episode 7 will be coming before, or I should say by the end of this month. Okay. And then there's, I got a couple flashlight reviews going on, and I also have another EDC item that I want to review. So I want to kind of broaden the horizons of what we cover on the channel, not just knives. Yeah, so I see a bunch of thoughts and prayers for Mrs. Edge. That's great. Iggy says Mrs. Edge is an amazing, badass woman. You both got this. I still believe that. Yep. I mean, that we both got this. It's been a long road. It's been tough. We'd like to think that some of the most difficult parts of this are behind us. We don't know if there's going to be more chemo. We're hoping that, that's not infusion type chemo. But again, not the news we were looking for. Most of it good, some of it not exactly good. So just keep your thoughts and prayers going out to Mrs. Edge. She's doing well. She's in pretty good spirits overall. We're going out to dinner tonight. She's feeling better every week that goes by and getting more back to being able to function in a normal way. So we really appreciate that. Hey, Me with Knives. He says, minions don't quit. We regroup and get another plan. Exactly. And that's what we're doing right now. We're gathering the rest of the information from the doctors and seeing where else this process is going to lead us. But again, keep your eyes open for more content on the channel. That's going to happen very soon. So I want to do two things real quick before I get to some other content. I want to go over and just kind of re-show some of you, because I got quite a few of you in here tonight. There's like 37 people in here. I'm gonna actually share the screen, and we're gonna go over and see if there's anything new or exciting, or maybe things that we missed last week on Minions Carry Knives. So for those of you who are not familiar, if you have an Instagram account and you post knives over there, use this hashtag that you see on the screen, Minions Carry Knives. And all you have to do is add that to any knife post or EDC post that you put up. Add that, it will populate on this page, and we'll get to go in and look at some of the stuff on a weekly basis that you guys have posted. There should probably be a few new things over here. So let's go ahead and take a peek and see what we got. We've got the most famous post of all by Mike Jernak, right? Minions. There's a minion carrying a knife. He's carrying a pinion. I like it, right? Don't forget to go like these yourself, guys. Take a peek at the page. Artificial Safari, throwing up some fall colors. This is a little bit older picture, I think. A couple more from Artificial Safari, another pinion. Let's see what else we got there. I like this one. This is pretty cool, huh? There's a Chris Reeves Sabenza, I think. Looks like a Sabenza. I could be wrong, but he doesn't make that many different models. Oh, I love this one. I mean, I love this knife anyway. The Bridgeport 395. I missed out on those. What do we got here? Ooh, look at this. Medford Knife Official. Smooth Criminal. Yep. Nice picture. Nice and sharp. Knives front and center. I love the green peat moss that it was photoed on top of. That looks fantastic. I'm going to give that a like. What do we got here? Lord Needham. Always throwing stuff up over here. The Oster Knives F22 on the patio. That's a cool knife. I dig that. I like it. It's got a faux bolster on it. Nice little blade design. I'm going to give that a heart too. I like it a lot. What else have we got here? What other knives? Well, I don't remember seeing this one. Aha! Last Ranger. Gary threw some knives up. I'm going to do something to the pink scales eventually. They look kind of reddish. Maybe you should just dye them more red. That would be pretty cool. A couple quiet carries in there, though. Those are nice. I like that a lot. I'm going to give that a heart as well. This is what we do, folks. We go through here and we look at different knives, right? Sharp Eye Design Apex, drop point front flipper variant. Very cool knife. I've already hearted that one. Knife Nut 69, throwing up this nice Spyderco in Maximet. Ooh, Maximet. Yeah. I dig it. Rich Kasner, always. Rich's photos are always sharp and vibrant and really well thought out. So kudos to you, Rich. Always doing a good job. I'll leave a little quick comment here. Boom. Let's take a look at a couple more that maybe didn't get looked at. We got the top one right there. That's that new Kaiser Dam Designs collaboration. And then there's that F5.5 down at the bottom, which we'll just skip right over. Let's see. Bang Bang threw up some knives here. We got Chris Reeves Sabenza, and we got a F5.5, and then we got a Hinder with a pretty unusual blade configuration on it. So that's cool. I like that. Grumpy Grunt throwing out some photos. Got Choo Choo the Gnome in there. Got his Grumpy Monkey cup. That looks more like him than his actual self, I think. Rich Kasner again throwing up that. I just showed you one of those. Kaiser, the Kaiser with the flipper hole in it. Knife Nut. Bang Bang. Another one from Bang Bang. Craig Hamilton with the Brian Brown Trogan. That's really nice. What else is down here? Look at this one. Woohoo, there's Minions carrying knives too. That's from Bang Bang as well. We got Kevin, Stewart, and Otto, because that one has braces, so that is not Bob. But anyway, that's what this page is all about. We throw up some pictures. There's Just Nate 39. Threw up this one here. He's got a pyrite, and he's got the O Knife Freeze 3, is it? Freeze 2. Freeze 2. The O Knife Freeze 2. I believe that's a knife he won from, pretty sure that's a knife he won for me at the holiday celebration. And then we got some crazy stuff like this. Bang Bang throwing up his knife that he's breaking open oysters with, which looks like a twisted railroad tie. And I believe that's what that is. So that's what Minions Carry Knives looks like, folks. Hashtag it, put it up there, and we'll make sure that we stop and take a look at it every week. So if you put your knives up there, we will take a look. Alan Grey Wolf is in the house, not going to do an individual calls tonight. Hello, my friends. Yep, that's okay. Eagles Trekker stopping by to support. Thank you very much, sir. Always good to have people stop by the live stream. Don't forget to hit the like button before you head out the door. I really appreciate it. Somewhere up here is Tree Stab and Troy, because I see people throwing out greetings to him. Zero Bites is here. Me with Knives is here as well. Let's see. What else have we got going on here? I'm just looking back through. Minions Carry Knives. Love it. I agree. There are over 700 posts now on that page. 700 and something posts in a short period of time. So you guys have done a fantastic job of hashtagging Minions Carry Knives over on Instagram and throwing up your knives. And I love going over and looking at them. That is your page. That is our page for posting our knives. And you can also throw that Be Up hashtag in there to remember fondly Jason Brown, who sadly we lost this past year. And he's irreplaceable. So love to throw that in there too. Troy's in here somewhere. Sorry, I didn't see your actual post, Troy, but yes, Troy does amazing tree stabbing photos. I totally agree. Bobo Schnoggins is in here a lot. He's got some cool stuff over there on Minions Carry Knives. I love the one he did with the Pinion and the T-Rex. Still one of my favorites. So there's a lot of cool stuff over there. Go check it out. We definitely want to promote the knives from here within the stream and from within this channel. So, and I appreciate you guys actually hashtagging stuff over there. So next thing we're going to do, okay, so this is the thing. If you use Instagram, add hashtag Minions Carry Knives. Also, there it is. I've mentioned it already in a couple of broadcasts. The word of the month. We're having a word of the month now instead of a word of the week. The word of the month is love. And how appropriate is that? That the word of the month is love. And today is Valentine's Day. Collect all the word of the months through 2023 for a chance to win exclusive prizes at the holiday celebration at the end of the year. There will also be special bonus WOMs during specific times of the year. Maybe my birthday, maybe 4th of July, maybe Veterans Day. Hint, hint. Those will be worth extra entries into the word of the month end of the year giveaway. But guess what time it is, folks? Guess what time it is? You know what time it is? Yep. It's this week's Drunken Knife Reviews time. So not that long ago, somebody here, one of my subscribers, one of my minions and followers, decided to tell me that they occasionally watch some of my knife reviews and other people's knife reviews at half speed. This is always a somewhat humorous part of the show where we go in and we show you some knife reviews at half speed, and they sound like the people are either drunk, stoned, or both. Sometimes maybe they are. Who knows? But anyway, we're going to share the screen and we're going to show you a couple of knife reviews at this time. The first one is going to be none other than Edgy American himself. Hope he's still in the stream. Hope he's still here. Shane Gables. And this is a video called Gun Guys Rejoice, Sig Sauer K320. We're just going to listen to the first part of this. This is great.
Hey, Shane here. Bring you a video today about this particular knife right here. I've got this knife in on loan from Mr. Jared Neve. As you can see, This is the Sig Sauer K320. Title of this video is Gun Guys Rejoice. And the reason why I titled it that is because, whether we want to admit it or not, whether it's gun guys, knife guys, we love to accessorize. The AR-15 is probably the Jeep Wrangler of the gun world. There's so many things you can buy for it and do to it to change it, make it your own.
Oh my goodness.
And I think that's one thing that is kind of cool about this knife. This is the Sig Sauer K320. The marketing behind this was that this would be the perfect pairing with your Sig Sauer P320 pistol.
So what I think is what is funny, it's still funny. But the thing is, Sean, you have that great slow Southern delivery anyway, so you only sound slightly more intoxicated than you do in real life, which I think is great. It's like a cross between Gary G. Ball and Grateful Panic. I totally agree. I totally agree. It is pretty funny. Gonzo's laughing about it, right? But it's Tyler Styles up here. He said, yeah, this is funny. But now, that's just one. So now let me go to the next one, okay? Let me go, stop sharing this one, and let me go in and show you the next one. Now, the next one is also somebody that's a member of the community that you guys know very, very well. This is Urban Woodsman, okay? And Urban is going to be making cheesecake the Woodsman way. Ready for this one?
Alrighty, everybody. So we are going to do one of these cheesecakes. A homemade cheesecake. Yes. So I've already got the graham crackers. In the Ziploc baggies. So I'm gonna smash the heck out of those. Now there's the easy way to do that. There's this whole deal with a rolling pin and just roll the crackers with the rolling pin, but we're gonna see that the Urban Woodsman way is not the easy way. We're gonna have some fun here. But here I got my spring-formed pan. And the only cream cheese that you should ever use for a cheesecake, the Philadelphia cream cheese. There's my sour cream. There's a mixer. The eggs are still in the fridge because we're not quite ready for that. And the sugar is up in the cabinet. But let's take care of these graham crackers.
Classic. Grumpy making a cake. Tri-state. Satisfaction talking about the knife he was unboxing, and this Urban Woodsman one have to be in the top 5 so far of the most funniest ones. Let's smash those graham crackers. Oh, Oh, yeah. I didn't. Dawn says I didn't get in the game until they sounded like this. Totally true. So, folks, yep, it's Drunken Knife Review segment here on Eionan's Edge. So every week or so, I like to try to pick one or two of those out and throw. Yeah, if you play Philadelphia, if you play them at a different speed, they might sound normal, but it is pretty funny, guys. Okay, so real briefly before I get to story time, this is my lead into story time. Okay, so here we go. And by the way, we're done with Drunken Knife segment, so let me go back to this. Also, I want to mention this real quick. If you'd like to come on the show and do a 5 and 5, which is showing off 5 of your knives, show and tell 5 of your knives. You don't have to review them. All you have to do is contact me at eionansedge@gmail.com or Instagram at eionans_edge. If you want to take part in a 5 and 5 knife show and tell on an up and coming episode of my show on Tuesdays, you do not have to show your face if you don't want. You just have to bring on at least 5 knives, and I will give you time to show them off and talk about them to everybody here in the stream. Okay? G-Ball's been on. King Pope Caesar's been on. Natisfaction's been on. Q-Ball's been on. I've had a lot of guests in here that have done 5 and 5s. Papa Rhino has been in here. Just a lot of people. Okay? So if you ever want to show off your knives, I don't care how inexpensive or expensive they are. It doesn't matter. Hit me up right here, and we'll get you on one week, and you can show off some of your knives. Okay? All right. So we're almost to story time, but I thought it would be interesting. I want to read you something, guys. Okay? Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day, way back when, was a pagan festival, and it was Christianized by the church to make it seem more, Christian, right? It was actually taken from the pagan celebration of Lupercalia. It was a festival that was held every year in February, and it was dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, as well as to the founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus. To begin the festival, members of the Luperci, an order of Roman priests, would gather at a sacred cave where the infants Romulus and Remus were believed to have been born and cared for by a wolf. The priests would sacrifice things, and they would make a blood sacrifice with animals and some other stuff because they were basically trying not to anger the gods. But it was also believed to be a fertility ritual. And later that same day, all the young women in the city would place their names in a big jar or urn. And the city's bachelors would walk by and would blindly reach into there and pick out a name. And those two people, that man and woman, would be paired for an entire year until the next year's festival. Most of the time, these matches ended up in marriages. Not always, but most of the time. But imagine being stuck with someone for a year because they drew or you drew their name out of a hat. Interesting, huh? So that's kind of the old part of Valentine's Day. But anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting because we're going back to, ancient times. And this is sort of part of where Valentine's Day originated from. I think it's kind of cool. I just thought it would be kind of cool to basically be like, okay, where did Valentine's Day come from? But with that being said, and with time being of the essence, it's story time. Gather around, children. Uncle Eionan's is going to give you story time for today. I'm going to give you a story that I know you're all going to enjoy. This is not a funny story. This is a love story. How appropriate. It's Valentine's Day. All right, so gather around, everyone. It's time for story time. Grab your blankets. Grab your pillows. Grab your sippy cups. Huddle close together so you can hear. I'm going to tell you a tale. What may you be asking for? That's right, bananas. Bananas! What might you be asking for? I mean, what tale might I be telling, you might ask? I'm going to tell you how Mrs. Edge and I met. Okay? Yes, it is story time. Gather round. It is story time. It is story time with Uncle Eionan. Story time. Story time with Uncle Eionan. That's right. So here's the deal, guys. I left the East Coast after a hellaciously bad winter where I was very poor. My younger brother and I came pretty close to probably freezing to death at an old farmhouse a few times. And I decided to move to the other side of the country. I decided to move. Well, I didn't really decide to move anywhere. I actually didn't know where I was going to live. I put everything in my truck with a little U-Haul cube behind it, and I had all the cash that I had left to my name, and I left. And I drove across the country. And I went a bunch of places. I went down south and cut across Oklahoma, ran away from a tornado in Missouri. That was fun. And I wonder how Eionan met Mrs. Edge. You're about to find out. And I called my sister who lived in New Mexico at the time. She still lives there, actually. I called my sister who lived in New Mexico. And I said, hey, would it be okay if I came and stayed with you for a little while? And she's like, yeah, you can come and stay with me. You drew her name out of a hat. No, I did not draw her name out of a hat. But what happened was I went to stay. I called my sister up and I said, hey, would it be okay if I came and stayed with you for a while? She's like, sure, you can come stay with me. I'd love to have you here. She goes, when are you going to be here? I said, tomorrow. She goes, oh my God, where are you? And I said, I'm in Oklahoma, right on the edge of Texas. Is she going to be here tomorrow? I said, maybe. Then I realized how ridiculously hard it was to drive across Texas. Oh my God, hardest thing I ever did. The roads are straight and there's nothing to look at for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles, just all day. It seemed like it took me like a week to drive across Texas, but it didn't. It actually took me like a day and a half. So Nate's here. He said, just here. He says, I'm here, y'all. Thanks for the instant message. You're very welcome. So anyway, what happened was, I wonder how you missed it. That's perfect posting, by the way, Troy, for this story. So I got out there. I lost my job the year before. I had gone through a really hard winter. I was only a couple of years divorced at the time from my first wife. That was really tough. And I decided to leave the East Coast where I'd lived most of my life, other than traveling around in the military and trips and vacations. And what ended up happening was I went out there to live with my sister. I got a job right away, a couple jobs actually. And I decided I wanted to go back to school and things like that. And I was I still am, when the time permits, I still like to go cycling. I mountain biked when I was younger, and I got into road cycling as I got older. It's less harsh on my body and my joints. I did a lot of riding around New Mexico, up and down the mountains up there, and to try to keep myself in shape because I didn't have a lot of money, and that was the only thing I could really do. It didn't cost a lot. And I was on an online bicycle forum, bikeforums.net. And in one of the chat rooms in there, a lot of people hung out and talked about miscellaneous stuff. And one of the people I met in that chat room was my lovely wife. And so, remember, I had very little money. I had just started working. I had spent money to go out there. I had everything I owned and all the money I had left, I physically had on my person. I didn't even have a bank account at the time. And I started talking back and forth with Mrs. Edge, and we kind of hit it off online. And she told me how beautiful cycling was out there in Northern California where she lived, how many awesome places there were to ride bikes. And she wasn't wrong. And I said, man, I'd love to come out there and visit sometime. And she said, you should. And I said, how about I come out for Memorial Day? And she said, you're going to come out here? And I said, yeah. And she agreed to let me come out there and stay with her and ride bikes. So here I was, only had a limited amount of cash and money to my name, period. And I had just agreed to buy airline tickets and fly out to see someone who I never met. I only knew through an online forum, and go bicycle riding. Cool. Big risk for me because, you know, I'm spending a lot of money to go do something I may or may not like. But I go out there and we go bicycle riding and we spend a long weekend together, and instant chemistry. Both of us knew something great just happened. Didn't go out there expecting that. Didn't go out there thinking that I was going to meet the love of my life, the woman who would take a part of my heart and soul as her own. And I didn't know any of that. And had I not packed up my truck and my belongings, which I whittled down to a U-Haul cube, one of them little tiny ones you tow behind your truck, and decided to just take off and start anew, I never would have met her. We met online. We did everything we could to get together with each other over the following year. She came out to see me a couple times. I went back out to see her. And from that point forward, everything we did was geared toward the two of us being together in the future. I got done with technical college. I moved out there. We started a life together. I got to be part of that family. I have 2 wonderful kids. I have grandchildren. It's been an amazing 16 years. It's going to be 16 years this spring. And I wouldn't trade any of it. Not even for all the hard times that we've gone through now. It's still been the absolute best thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. Buying those airline tickets and making that trip out to California was the absolute best decision I ever made in my entire life. Best decision. My entire life from that point forward has been amazing. And even through all these struggles and all the stuff that we've been through over this past year and are still going through now, my life is so much more enriched and so much better because she's in it. And that was scary to realize that you felt that way about somebody, because I was divorced and had a messy divorce, even though I tried to be civil about it, didn't end up that way. And she was divorced and had a less than great marriage, and her divorce was not the greatest either in some ways. So we both were damaged goods. We both were very afraid of being in love with someone else. But I pushed through that because I realized how amazing she actually was. And I wasn't wrong. I had no idea really how truly amazing she was. But I sensed and I believed that that was the case. Boy, was I right. She is definitely the better part of me. Everything that she has done over the last 16 years has made me be a better person. And I would do anything for her. So that's how we met. That's how we fell in love. And we pretty much knew it right away that first weekend. I think we were both a little stunned and shocked. But the next time we got together, all those same feelings were there. And they've never gone away. I love her more now than I ever did in the past. And I'm always going to be by her side, no matter what. I love you, babe. Happy Valentine's Day. So that's how we met, guys. And that's how we fell in love. And it's been a great 16 years. So don't shut yourself off. Don't think that there's not second or third chances out there for you in life. There are. You never know when you're going to meet the right person. All right. So that is story time. And that is how Eionan's Edge and the wonderful and delightful and talented Mrs. Edge came to be married. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. That is story time. 40 years rolling around. I said, yes, that's amazing. Great story. Thank you, David Iverson. I got little hearts from Dawn Ray B. So, yes, that is the story of how we met. We met online, and then I actually spent money I really didn't have to fly out several times and ride bicycles with her. The first time was a big risk, but 100% the best thing that I ever did. Best decision I ever made in my entire life. Okay, I promised you guys something special. Guess what? Everybody who stuck around here till the end, bananas! No. You can throw bananas up on the screen if you want, because guess what? I'm giving away a knife today. And everybody who's left in this stream is going to get a chance to win that knife. I have for you an Eionan's Edge sticker, a fully deployed Small People Big Laugh sticker. I have a Rosecraft drink/beer koozie. And I have my favorite Rosecraft knife, the Rosecraft Alenta. This was the special edition one. It is AR RPM 9 steel. It's got a very slight Persian type of grind, blade shape. It's a flat grind with AR RPM 9. Really nice textured scales. Good size knife. Even if you got bigger hands, check this baby out. There's plenty of room back here on the back of this sucker. I have large glove size hands. I can get my hand on this. Nothing against anybody who owns a Mohawk, but that knife by Rosecraft in D2 cannot hold a candle to this knife. This is the Rosecraft knife that you want. And before I give this away, big shout out to Scab over at Choir Boys Cutlery. He actually sent me this knife for free to review and give away as a gift. So if you happen to win this knife, you can thank Scab, because he's the one who sent me this knife to give away. That's what you have to win. So now, in order to win this knife, it's very simple. We're going to do an old school type of drawing. Moderators, get ready. Michael Morgan, let's have you throw up the rules for the contest. We're going to do this the old school way, okay? I have a number in my head. You're going to have to guess that number, okay? The rules are one guess only, no using second accounts. I reserve the right to not give the knife to somebody if somebody jumps in here for a just to win the knife. There we go. One guess only, one account per person. Closest without going over wins. In the event of a tie, we go to a knife off. 2 men or women enter. 1 man leaves. Okay. You must be 18 or older. You must have a U.S. mailing address. I will not mail outside the United States. Very simple. Okay. So now, do not put up a guess until you see one of my moderators throw up the start signal. Okay. I'm going to give you a number range, but do not throw up a guess. If you guess before the start sign, your guess will not count. All right, minions. The number range is going to be between 7 and 90. 7 and 90. So I'm looking for a number between 7 and 90. Okay? Moderator, throw up a start, and then people can start guessing. Here we go. Number between 7 and 90. Waiting for the start. Why not just put the start up first? That's fine. I'm still waiting for it, but I know there's a delay because there it is. Michael Morgan put the start up. All right, there's the start, folks. I'm looking for a number between 7 and 90, and here it is. I already wrote it down. It's on this piece of paper. There's what, 37 of you guys in here, so it shouldn't take that long. Remember, closest without going over wins. 7 and 90 is the range. That's right. Thank you, Iggy. Here is your range. I'll put it up on the screen. Whoa, whoa. Where did that go? Your range is 7 and 90. $7.90. What a great Valentine's Day gift, right? You'll get to win a knife, and it's red. How much cooler can it get than that? All right, we got some good guesses. Guesses are rolling in. Nobody guessed before the start, so that's cool. I dig that. Got some guesses going on there. It looks good. Looks good. I see a few good ones. I see some good ones. I see some good ones. Okay. All right. All right. I like it. You can guess for somebody else. Just make sure you say who you're guessing for. That's all right. If you don't want to guess yourself. I'll give you guys a few more seconds. Give it about 15 more seconds, and please throw up a stop sign because there's not a ton of people in here. So you got about 15 more seconds to get your guess in, and then one of my moderators is going to throw up the stop sign. I will not accept guesses after the stop sign. Everybody that's in here guessing, though. 33 for BBR. Scott, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. All right. Woo! Acid test, kids. Knife nuts in here. Got a guess in. Like it. 42 bananas. 33 BBRs. What else we got up here? Just Nate with 29. Acid test kids with 11. All right. Looking for a stop sign here. At some point from the mods. Gone sniping my number. Oh. New comments. Gonzo. Do the 5, do the 5, do the 5. That is the stop sign there, folks, just so you know. All right, that's it. That is the end of guessing. All right, we were looking for a number between 7 and 90. Correct? That was what we were looking for. We were looking for a number between 7 and 90. And the actual number was 59. And the only person that I saw that got 59 was the very last person who guessed. Knife Nut 69. Correct me if I'm wrong, moderators, but I believe Knife Nut just won that Rose Craft Alenta. And a beverage cooler, koozie, and some decals. Correct? Am I wrong? I believe it was Knife Nut. Yes, it was. Knife Nut 69, you are the winner, sir. You have 5 days to get a hold of me at eionansedge@gmail.com or my Instagram account, eionans_edge, with your handle, Knife Nut 69, and your personal contact information, which will be your real name and a mailing address that I can, in the United States, that I can send your prize to. I will get that mailed off by no later than next Tuesday or Wednesday when I'm off again. All right. Congratulations, Knife Nut, for winning. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Thank you all for showing up. Bananas! I love it. All right, guys. Oh, there's Will Be lurking too. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And yes, Gonzo threw up my email address, eionansedge@gmail.com. Good to see you, Will. Thank you so much. Iggy also posted that. 5 days to get a hold of me, Knife Nut. Give me your contact information. You won, sir. Guys, it's almost 5:15. That means it's time for me to take my lovely wife to dinner for Valentine's Day. Her first time eating dinner in, I don't know, out of the house in about 9 or 10 months. So it's going to be fun. You guys have a safe and wonderful rest of your day. Thank you all for coming into the live stream. I always enjoy Tuesdays. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you next week, folks. Stay sharp.